paper consumption, and you. Paper products are a resource that we use every day. Some of these products are obvious, such as newspapers, magazines, writing paper, paper cups and plates, and things like that. The truth is, however, almost every aspect of our lives includes paper products. Our food is wrapped in and stored in paper or cardboard. Our pet products come in paper-coated bags. Tissues, paper towels, and bathroom tissue are all paper products, as well as shoe insoles, electrical plug-ins, stereo speakers, the insulation in your home, even soap contains paper. And don't forget that all our products you buy, whether they are paper products or not, are shipped in cardboard boxes. Our lives have become so dependent on paper that the average American uses 750 pounds of paper products per year. To put that in perspective, that's the same weight as a Welsh pony. Even though the U.S. has a small population compared to other countries, we use a ton more paper. Literally, the entire U.S. population consumes 187 billion pounds of paper products each year. To put that in perspective, that's over 2 billion books, 350 million magazines, and 24 billion newspapers. Trees have a very important role in our environment. As you may know, CO2 emissions is the biggest contributor to global warming. The wonderful thing about trees is that they breathe in CO2 and exhale oxygen. So, the more trees we have, the less CO2 emissions there are going to be. Every tree is very important to the environment, as for each adult tree can absorb 42 pounds of CO2. Every person in the U.S. generates about 2.3 tons of CO2 each year, and 1 acre of trees can absorb 2.6. So this means that there needs to be 1 acre of trees per person to keep our CO2 emissions at a safe level. So what does all this mean? Well, the world's consumption of paper has gone up 400% over the past 40 years, meaning the world now consumes 24 billion tons of paper products every year. To keep up with this large demand, 4 billion trees around the world are cut down. This is a total of 35% of the world's trees. If we continue at this pace, global warming will increase without trees to filter out the CO2. And at this rate, we face complete global deforestation in 60 to 70 years. The future of our planet is in our hands, and there are things we can do. The first step is that we must recycle. When paper is recycled and made into new, the process produces 74% less pollutants and uses 50% less water than it would to make the same amount of paper products from scratch. In the U.S., approximately 56% of paper is recycled, which is wonderful, but we can do better. Even though you should always recycle, we have to remember that paper can only be recycled a maximum of 7 times before the fibers become too short. The next step that we must take is to cut down on how much paper products we use. Some simple ways to cut back on paper usage is to use reusable bottles instead of paper cups, subscribe to electronic versions of newspapers, magazines, and books, and to cut back on your personal paper usage. These are all small things that are going to make a big difference. The next step is to call and cancel your magazine subscriptions. The production of magazines is responsible for 10% of the world's clear cutting, as most magazines are not produced from paper from sustainable forests, and many cannot be recycled. The sad fact is that almost 25% of magazines are thrown away without ever being read. The next step is to call and have your name removed from catalog mailing lists. If you have ever ordered anything, whether through the mail or online, you will soon notice that not only are you getting catalogs from the company you order from, but several catalogs from companies you never even heard of. I personally saved all the catalogs that I got for 1 month and had over 20, with only 2 being from companies that I had ordered from. It is very important to save all the catalogs you get in the mail, and when you have a spare minute, call the number on the back and ask them to remove your name from the mailing list. I did, and the catalogs that I received dramatically reduced. Next, try to only buy products with lists that their packing is made from recycled paper. If you do buy magazines, make sure they come from sustained forests and not from clear cutting. Plant trees when you can, and don't cut any down. If everyone works together, our planet will stay green, and everyone will benefit.